Aloha, everybody. Aloha. Okay, so I just want to touch on three things today. Merits of this case, irreparable damage, and public interest. Yeah. So, we will start off with the renaissance of the Kanaka Maoli culture, its custom traditions that has been codified in the state of Hawaii, Constitution, and Native American Religious Act, 1995. The 8 criteria described in all our arguments speak for themselves. In fact, the TMT that just does not meet the criteria of open space, adding beauty, and destruction of a historical area. They're asking to appropriate, excavate, destroy, injure, and alter historic property in a historical district called the Science Reserve. Just because you change the name of an area does not change the built-in protection for sacred areas, districts, sites, historical sites. Protection remains the same. The permit application is premature, thus it should fail. The process is unripe. It needs the sublease authorization of proper parties for the permit application. The state cannot give permit that violates criminal law, which is desecration. The state cannot let TMT telescopes use the public highway to commit a crime of desecration. It is very simple when you unravel the wordsmith's disguise of words to trivialize 6E11, desecration and destruction of a watershed, historic, and sacred district. DLNR have not invoked 6E11, nor federal EIS for the new pristine area in plans for the Northern Plateau, where no development is located. Total destruction by using construction to appropriate, excavate, injure, destroy Mauna Kea Historical Sacred District. UHTMT are knowingly destroying the area by using terms like minimal damage. In other words, it trivializes the sacredness and history of our mountain. DLNR for 50 years have allowed for desecration of the top of our mountain. I also argue Mauna Kea is Hawaiian homelands. There is no deed to the state of Hawaii, DLNR for Mauna Kea in the Bureau of Conveyances. The definition of irreparable damage: harm perpetuated or threatened by one party on another, in which no amount of reparation could return the damaged party or property to its original condition. Often used as a basis for obtaining positive relief from court to prevent harm from occurring or reoccurring. In fact, irreparable damage is part of the 8 criteria. Even if the hearings officer erroneously gives lighter weight of evidence for irreparable damage and heavier weight of evidence for the educational and economic benefits, mitigation measures that does not meet the criteria of open space, adding beauty, destruction of the area, part of the landscape. The mitigation measures are not part of the 8 criteria. The state hearings officer's recommendations are premature, and without a sublease for pristine area of the Northern Plateau, it should fail. Public interest. It's always in the best public interest that government agencies, courts, etc. follow our constitutional protections set forth for conservation, water quality, and perpetuity. One especially for the public beauty, serenity, and usage. Not just for 13 telescopes and now TMT, or for a very few private individuals that become astronomers who might work at the TMT or any other telescopes. Most of the so-called Hawaiians work as tour guides. And if they testify in favor, they might have a chance to work at the TMT. The lawyers of Carl Smith and witnesses, Lincoln Ashida Associates and witnesses, Mr. Ing Associates and witnesses, or not all of them, have stated their disbelief that Mauna Kea is sacred, that thus should be destroyed by construction. UHTMT, after using the term sacredness of Mauna Kea as a selling point, by the University of Hawaii publications, master plan, etc., for colleagues, fellows, investors, and finally the public, we have much disproved the expert witnesses' testimonies on Mauna Kea. The public interest in protecting these constitutional protections of native practitioners and sacred areas from unconstitutional rules and regulations should have no overriding effect over constitutional law, but somehow it does. Public interest doctrine that follows the laws, constitution, or otherwise should be followed are in the best of public interest. Filing and mandating a federal EIS is definitely a public interest that helps private citizens in the long run, not in a short-term gratification and losing a historic mountain over it. That's why we have protections embedded in our constitutional law to protect us from short-sighted officials and peoples, agencies that are mandated to protect Mauna Kea and the Kanaka Maoli ancient and modern inalienable rights for hidden secret barrels and for the stopping of criminal acts of knowingly looking for finds of hidden burials. It's part of the future use by the owners users, which is the Kanaka Maoli, because we get this new thing now, but from Kamehameha III. But by this presence, there is none blood in our kingdom. We shall call them Hawaiians, and the children native Hawaiians. We are Kanaka Maoli in this Kanaka Maoli kingdom. So, in closing, again, American case showed that there's no 6E11, been totally ignored. That have been made and will be made by prior, these violations will be made by prior and future actions of unconstitutional rules and regulations designed to circumvent the protections of the highest conservation designation for short-term values versus long-term sustainability. And clean water, clean air, clean ocean, clean land, so we can keep ourselves clean and healthy. There's no valid reasons for recommending the building of the TMT, nor the continuation of the 12 unpermitted telescopes. There's a consistent barrier, though there was a consistent barrier from the hearings officer as shown by the Temple of Lono, Mauna Kea and Idaho, and various other of our petitioners. There is irreparable damage already there. The cutting off our tips of our sacred pool. Wow, how did that happen? I know why. We just seen why. UHTMT are continuing to ask to desecrate, continue to ask to irreparably damage and irreparably harm new pristine area on the top of Mauna called the Northern Plateau. We, the petitioners for no more development and those for more development of the astronomy industry, have agreed that irreparable damage and irreparable harm means UHTMT cannot bring it back to its original condition after destruction. TMT are knowingly destroy the area. They have already started to destroy a historic area by experimental digging and create a quarry, dump, and staging area. Of course, the TMT uses other words to describe the desecration by construction, which is so easy. Again, our biggest perpetrators are the billionaire, non-protection of said historic pools, and now the pristine new historic area of the Northern Plateau is at stake here. Again, public interest is always in the public interest to follow the State of Hawaii Constitution, Article 12, Section 7, conservation laws of our historically sacred protected areas. Again, the history of public interest, the government follow the interests of the public in highly protected conservation lands, Perpetual Trust for Clean Water Act and watershed for future generations. Because we're going to poison the top, how are we going to flush the middle? Plantation already poisoned the middle. So you need fresh water, clean water too. Gravity works that way. Just like if you get poison on top, gravity works its way down. Gravity, simple, you know the kind. So, so the State of Hawaii Constitution, Article 19, shows the Kanaka Maoli people still have their nationality. The U.S. and the political subdivision cannot take their nationality away. Trying very hard, though. Usage and economic warfare to control and brainwash the Kanaka Maoli peoples that they are U.S. citizens and have self-appointed legal control over their lands. You have. The land in the kingdom was not stolen and took to New Jersey. So where did they steal that from? That's what brainwash means. And the continuation of, or you guys keep on doing it the same way, it's a war crime. In closing, we pray and ask for Bill and R, vote the permit premature and moot. And the recommendations of hearing officers for a permit are premature and moot. Thank you.